When I was 17, I hit rock bottom. No confidence, no direction, and I was just wasting my life drinking and eating junk food. One night I got so drunk that I threw up all over my house and passed out for my parents to find me in the morning, and that was my breaking point. I quit drinking, I went all in on the gym, and I actually lost 70 pounds in 5 months. However, here's the twist. I didn't fix my body, I just became skinny fat. I had no muscle, no abs, just a smaller, softer version of myself, and that's when I'd realised that I'd been doing everything wrong. So I started researching, testing, and I found the 5 rules that finally gave me that lean, muscular body that I wanted. And in this video, I'm going to share them with you. Here's the truth. If you're skinny fat, you might never get in shape because you'll be following the wrong plan the whole time. Bulking makes you fat, cutting makes you smaller, and trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, it's just a waste of time, and I would never recommend that. So what do you actually do instead? That's where these 5 rules to fix skinny fat actually come into play. They cut through all of the confusion and they give you the right sequence and give you the clear path to solve skinny fat for good. Picture this, you have 2 guys, one's overweight and one's skinny, but yet they have the exact same problem. They have no muscle, they have a bit of a belly, and they don't have any definition, and that, my friend, is skinny fat. In simple terms, it's low muscle mass with an above average level of body fat, which makes you look fat even though you're technically not overweight. And here's the painful truth. Bulking or cutting is just going to make you go deeper into the same problem. It's like trying to clean up a beaten up 20-year-old car. Like, you can polish it all you want, you can wash it, you can give it a new paint job, but it's never going to look like that Lamborghini, that sports, sleek look that you're after. That's what bulking or cutting does when it comes to fixing skinny fat. You're making surface level changes without actually addressing the foundation. The real fix is cycling between a mini cut and a lean bulk. You mini cut to trim off excess fat, and then you lean bulk to add a bit more muscle, and then you repeat this over and over again. It's sustainable, it's enjoyable, and it actually works. And it's way better than recomping, which I hated and never recommend, despite everyone else on YouTube recommending this exact way to fix skinny fat. And just quickly, if you want a visual outline of whether you should lean bulk or mini cut, then grab my free skinny fat flowchart, it's down below. Now here's where it gets interesting. To make this work, you need to follow 5 rules, but they're not all equal. The first couple of rules might sound obvious, but the deeper we go, the less known and the more important they get. And by the time we hit rule 5, you'll see the one piece that almost everyone is missing, and if you miss it, then you'll stay stuck in skinny fat forever. So let's start at the top of the pyramid with rule 1. Now, to fix skinny fat, your first thought is probably to do cardio, because it feels like the fastest way to lose fat. But here's the problem. That's going to be the exact thing that will keep you stuck. It takes me back to when I was younger and I refused to buy the new iPhone. My old one, so I think I was on the iPhone 6 when the iPhone 12 came out, and my old one was running out of space. The battery was awful, so I kept having to turn on airplane mode, keep the brightness low, and kept deleting apps and photos to keep my storage from overfilling, and then the phone would just bug out if the storage was too full, basically. I was constantly frustrated, and then when I finally upgraded to the newest iPhone, it was a complete game changer because I didn't have to use any more hacks, and it was a phone that actually worked properly. And that's the difference between cardio and strength training. Cardio is like draining your old battery, and it's a temporary fix that only works while you're doing it. However, strength training is a complete upgrade. It builds new muscle that changes how your body looks long term. That's why rule 1 is simple. Prioritize strength training over cardio if you want to escape skinny fat for good. But even if you train perfectly, you can still fail to make progress if you start in the wrong place. It's kind of like this. Have you ever wondered why there's rocks underneath a train track? Well, the rocks aren't actually random. They're there to stabilize the foundation, and without them, the tracks will bend and the trains won't be able to run properly. Your body is the same. If you try bulking when you're carrying too much fat, or you cut when you're already too lean, your foundation isn't stable, and that's where everything goes wrong. So rule 2 is to anchor yourself at 12 to 15% body fat before you go into a lean bulk. So just like train tracks need rocks, your body needs the right foundation to actually move forward. However, even if you get that right, you can still completely blow it when it comes to nutrition. It's exactly like trying to drive a car, but the only way you know how to drive it is by slamming on the gas pedal and slamming on the brakes. So obviously you're going to move, but you're never going to get anywhere smoothly, and that's exactly what dirty bulks, crash diets, fad diets, or even trying to recomp is like. It's going to be all gas, all brakes, and completely no control. And the problem with extremes is simple. Dirty bulks just make you fat, crash diets just strip away any muscle, fad diets aren't sustainable, and recomping is so painfully slow that it kills your motivation. That's why rule 3 is to escape extremes completely. Sustainable progress will be extreme every time if you actually want to escape skinny fat. But even if you avoid extremes and get your calories right, you could still miss the bigger picture. It's like thinking that being good looking is all that matters when it comes to getting a girlfriend. Sure, it helps, but if you don't have the confidence, charisma, or come across like an actual, genuine, polite person, then you've got no chance. Calories are the same. They matter, but they're only one piece of the puzzle. What actually transform your body are your macros that you eat, your habits around eating, and when you eat. That's what makes progress sustainable instead of a constant cycle of frustration. That's why Rule 4 is simple. Calories matter, but if you want real long-term results, you need a strategy with the right macros, timing, and habits that you can actually stick to. However, failure can still occur, but not because you don't know what to do, it's because you have the wrong mindset going into it. I had a mate once who thought he could get rich by trading stocks. He thought he could escape the matrix, so he put a bit of money into some long-term investments that might make him about 10% over the course of a year. But after 1 month, he was complaining and he was just completely annoyed because he wasn't a millionaire already. And he didn't understand the whole point of compounding is that it only works if you give it enough time. Fixing skinny fat is exactly the same. A mini cut, then lean bulk, and repeating this cycle consistently is what compounds your body into the physique that you're actually after. But if you expect a total transformation in 4 weeks, you're going to quit before it even happens. That's why Rule 5 is stay focused, play the long game, and stop looking for quick fixes, because consistency is the only way you're ever going to escape skinny fat for good. But before you leave thinking you know it all, the harsh truth is that knowing these 5 rules isn't enough. So watch this video next, because in it I'm going to break down the common mistakes every guy makes when trying to fix skinny fat, because if you don't avoid these, you could stay skinny fat for the rest of your life.